It's dusk out here. Stay focused. This goes out to Mark Howe again. Brother Mark, what up with you, Mark? Mark be chilling. I think Mark is from another country because he speaks broken English to the to he speaks broken English, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'd like to know what country he's from, but Mark has a lot of questions uh, about business, music. Either that or Mark is really young, but nonetheless he's a subscriber, and I like I really like my foreign subscribers, not more than I like my you know people subscribers who live here, but I like to hear other people's perspective who are outside of the country. So I really dig that. I appreciate you, Mark, brother Mark. Anyways, Mark asked me about music, my music, and the business of my music, I guess, or how do I make music, or like I'm not gonna. He's asking me what software I use and stuff like that. But I'm so tired because I drove 1,200 miles a couple days ago in a couple days, and I'm not like you could really get in that and go in all the software, but I can tell you what I use. Uh, I do have some videos showing how I use some of my software, but I can tell you what I use. I use GarageBand, and that's the only thing I use right now. I don't make music as much as I used to. I used to, how I learned music, I started messing around when I was 17, radios and stuff. But when I got into my 30s, I picked up a guitar in Atlanta and just started playing outside, taught myself how to play mostly. And when I got back here to Columbus, Ohio, I went around playing in clubs, and people would pay me to open for them, and then I would have sometimes a big production behind me, a big band, of guys who really knew how to pick up what note and where the drops were, and who knew how to count beat measures and bars. You know, as long as the song that I wrote wasn't too fancy. A lot of them were very you know even killed, pretty much four notes and you're out. Four notes, maybe a bridge, another two notes for about two bars, and then come back up to your four notes. So when you're looking at, the way you count your notes, let's just say that the song was in the key of, say the song was in the key of E, and I don't know what, E, yeah, that's E, E, bing, bing. Say the song was in the key of E, and I'm just gonna mention four other notes. Say you went E, D, G. So say you went E, D, G, and A, and then back up, and when you go over the bar, you go back into, of course, the first note, which is going to be E. So E, D, G, A, E. So, mm, 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 two, mm, three, four, and then one. And then you can also do some things with that, and I'm not really a music theorist, but you can augment those notes or change those notes, but there's seven basic notes. So when you're looking at the scale, there's all kind of scales, but when you got a guitar and you're looking at the neck of the guitar, there's seven notes there, but they're augmented. There's all kind of ways and variations to those notes, and all kind of scales that you can use, Aeolian, Dorian, and all that other stuff that I don't really care to get into, unless I have to. I will if I have to. But when you're using just a regular scale, you know, you have at the beginning of the neck F, so you're gonna go F, F sharp, Uh, is it F sharp, A, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, I think, D, and then E, E flat, E, or something like that. But there's only 7 notes in there. So you're going to start at F and then it goes all the way to E. I could be wrong on that. I haven't done this in a while, but that's your regular scale. And when you mess around with the guitar like I did, I really didn't know what I was playing, but I just put my fingers in different places and I started learning. Then I went to somebody and said, what am I doing? And they said, well, this is what this note is, and this is how you learn what that note is. So I learned how to play the guitar like that. And I can still play today. I'm not a guitar player though. I'm a songwriter. I don't go out there and do all kind of rips and I'm not Slash. I'm not that dude. But I'm a guy I can write a song like November Rain. I've written before. There's a few songs that are on my not on the last album I put out, which is just right there. That's a lot of instrumentals and then me trying out some singing. But I have an album even before that, and I have a rock song on my that I wrote and produced. I did it all myself using GarageBand. I used the MacBook Pro back then. Now I use an iMac. I use two of them, but I use an 8-ball as far as a microphone is concerned. It's pretty sweet. It's a condenser mic. Uh, I've had it for years. Love it. Um, if I want to, I record in my closet, or the songs that are actually on my album. I recorded those right there in my music room. That's what I call it. But I don't have all the sound prevention stuff up. I just said, oh, this sounds good, and of course there's background noise, and the professional can get a hold of that and go ahead and master that and make it sound a lot better. As a matter of fact, you can go to CD Baby, which is where I put a lot of my music on CD Baby. It usually costs me about $106. I'll put about 20 songs on there, and then CD Baby is the distributor, and they will distribute those songs to Deezer, to Spotify, to Rhapsody, Google Play. You guys get the idea. And then you guys go on there and stream it. Once you guys go on there and stream it, I get a very small percentage of what that stream is worth. A lot of times it's like 1 or 2 cents. But if that music goes to uh, Rumblefish, Rumblefish is a whole different story because they do like commercial stuff. So let's just say that one of my songs, this is one reason why I do instrumental, easy listening music, because I want a variety of people to be able to listen to it. Even if you play it in the library, I want people to play it at work. I want people to play my songs all over the world and nobody's offended. And that's what my music does. It's very easy listening to, as he as he heard. He's like, hey, I listened to your whole album, very smooth, and like that's what I want, because you can take that and put it on a car commercial, and that's it. It's a business within a business. That's what I really want. I want you know Rumblefish to pick it up and distribute it. Next thing you know, I'm on a Honda commercial somewhere, just a snippet of it. They still owe me royalties. So instead of getting, I get paid, by the quarter from Rumblefish, so I might make $2 or $3 a quarter. It's no big deal. I don't make a lot of money on there, but it's my money. Every now and then they'll send me $10. It goes right to my bank account. But nonetheless, one of these days, Rumblefish or somebody's going to listen to one of my songs and they're going to want to buy it. Now, I go through ASCAP. You can go through ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI. So so you have SoundScan, which is what it sounds like. It scans, all the radios out there who pay in the ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI. And one of those 3 entities will collect your check from who's ever playing it. I don't care if it's online radio. If they pay into, one of those entities, and they play your music, They owe you a check. Now, unfortunately, payola, which is illegal, people still do it, is out there where some of these places don't want to play your music unless you pay them. I talked to a young lady. She had her own little talk radio in New York. She wanted me to pay her $25. I was like, no, because for one, even if okay, so when SoundScan picks up your music, for one, if you're in heavy rotation, which means you're getting played once, which means you're getting played once an hour, like a Mariah Carey song, or anybody famous, once an hour, Drake, once an hour. You're just like, dang, I just heard this an hour ago. That's because it's in heavy rotation. They do that because SoundScan doesn't, you don't get money off of every time your song is played. SoundScan might bounce over that time and then bounce to another and bounce, and it's like a tornado. It'll bounce from one area to another, to another, to another. And if it just happens to hit on that radio station and they're playing your song, boom, you know, you get money from that. And then it's like a pie chart. People are in big business. You got the producer gets money, the drummer, the singer, the yada. You know, this is why Easy E was a very smart and a rich man, from the hood, because he was making 68 cents for every album sold, for every record sold, excuse me. He's making 68 cents. You hear Mos Def talking about you only get 6 points. So he's only making 6 cents for every time his records is sold or spun. And then you hear, what happened to Michael Jackson, how he died, after Michael came out and said Tommy Mottola is the devil. Tommy Mottola works for Sony. He is Sony. You can't mess with him. He's Jewish. You can't mess with them boys. And what did he do? Michael Jackson spoke out against Tommy Mottola. What happened next? He was dead. Why? Because what Michael Jackson did, he said, and he told everybody, he said, I left owning all of my rights. What he did was he bought all of his rights from Sony. He had the money to do it. And he legally did it. And of course, they killed him. And then what did Prince do? Prince did the same thing. He came out talking about he bought all of his rights from Sony, you know? And when he did that, what happened next? He died the same way. Some mysterious whatever. So, that's what the big boys get into. As far as me in the small time, you know, uh, I'm not making any money. And even if listen, there are guys out here like, okay, you take some of these rappers who are local guys. Hey, what these guys do is they go to the strip clubs and they make their music in their basement. They go to the strip club, and this is where you get hood rich from. They go to strip clubs, and the strippers, they get a stripper to come out to their music. They may pay her a couple of dollars. She comes out, bounces to the music. Everybody listens to the music. They're like, what song was that? They go to the DJ, and the DJ says, it was this song. They're like, play it again. If they get you to play it again, then that DJ goes to another club, then to another club, and then the same thing keeps happening. Your music gets in rotation within the area that you live in, which means you become hot. You can go to an A&R and say, hey, have you ever heard of me? And they say, yes, I've heard of you. This is why underground music is so valuable. What up, little dude? This is why underground music is so valuable. But before you go to somebody, Epic Records or, Church Light Publishing, before you go to any of them, as a matter of fact, you might not even want to. People say, oh, I got a record deal. You go to Birdman and get a record deal. You might not want to do that. You might not want to mess around with, because Birdman, for one, Birdman is not a distributor. Birdman is a record company, but he's not. CMB is a record company, but they're not the ones who distribute it. The people who actually distribute your music are the ones who most of your money is going to go to. 70% is going to go to distribution. These are the people who actually put your music out there. This is the way it used to be. It's changed now. But nonetheless, when you want to get your records out there, this is who you talk to. You talk to distribution. And, this is why people was losing money left and right. All these rappers think they have all this money, and this is how come they had to constantly do these tours, because they had to pay for their distribution, they have to pay for the video chicks, they had to pay for all of this stuff. Things have changed now. Now you can just go underground and you can just be a local dude and do like MC Hammer did and sell all of your CDs from outside of, from front. You can sell all of your CDs, you know, out of your van, standing on a corner. You get some people to buy it. But when you create a buzz, you get more people to buy it. That's how MC Hammer got famous. He tried to feed everybody, and that's what he went wrong. But nonetheless, his stuff is still in rotation somewhere, so he's still making money. And every now and then, he'll show up on a commercial, and he'll make money from the commercial. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to learn about music if you're going to get into it, the history of music. But if you're going to make music on your own, it's hard to break into the system. And then, like I said, you might not want to, because there are people who are hood rich who you never heard of, but they make, you know, they might do 100,000 a year just off of being local dudes and doing local shows. They might do a show, make $300 for that show. My nephews do it. They 30 years old. They still get paid. They did a song with Pastor Troy. They still get, paid their little $300 something, but it's not enough to sustain you. But there's other guys out there who they're making enough money to sustain them. And you see them flashing their money and they little whatever they got. Those dudes are making money within the hood because the hood is gravitated towards what they're saying. And what happens is, instead of selling CDs now, people are downloading their music. So when you got people downloading your music, you're going to lose. You're only going to get 68 cents off of each download. Because your taxes and whoever is helping you with it. Let's say it's SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? So you're only going to get 68 cents off of your download. But let's just say that you did like Lil Yachty. Because Lil Yachty had a buzz before he was out. And he was on SoundCloud, and so many people heard of him. It was just an automatic thing to like give. Oh, wasn't Lil Yachty? It was I think it was Lil Yachty. One of them dudes, the dude with the Sideshow Bob haircut. Lil Uzi Vert. No, it was Lil Yachty. He had such a buzz on SoundCloud. People kept listening to his music. He had millions and millions of downloads. He was already making money just off his download. He really didn't need a contract. But his contract just took him into the stratosphere. He was already rich just off of getting his downloads. He made music. People gravitated towards what he had to say. He had his own business. And I'm just saying to you people, Mark, you guys want to have your own business. You guys want to do music. Even some of you old guys out there who do music, like me, I'm 50. But you can have some really, really old guys. The pants on the ground guys. Pants on the ground, walking around town. Remember that guy came out? American Idols was singing Pants on the Ground. Turns out that song came out years ago. And it was sung by some old guys. These guys was like 60 and came out with that song. Here's the beautiful thing about it. The dude who came out and was singing that song on American Idol brought their song back. And everybody thought that dude created Pants on the Ground. Then they found out who the real people who wrote Pants on the Ground was. Walking around town with your pants on the ground. They got paid. Listen to these commercials out here. You'll hear a really old song. Somebody just got paid. You'll hear an 80s or 90s group. One of these commercials love to be nostalgic. Somebody just got paid. Excuse me. So I'm telling you guys, if you got a computer at home, you got a computer at home, go ahead and make a beat. A little something. Throw it together. Saying, throw something together, and when you do, you know, throw some words on it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to make up to it. Throw a little synthesizer on there and get yourself 4 notes. Stop. Go. Stop. Boom. 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 Throw some keys in there. Bing. 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 Ding. Boom. 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 Ding. 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 Go. Ding. There's your voicing right there. You know, get yourself a little rhythm. I got some new shoes. And I'm gonna wear them just for you. I got some new shoes, and I'm gonna wear them just for you. Now that type of song right there, you might think, oh, that sounds corny. Go tell that to Bruno Mars. Because that's the kind of music he's making right now. And he's killing it. Grenade for you. You know, he's killing it. Uptown, give it to him. Whatever he's singing. All that sound that he has what came out 30, 40 years ago with the Timex Social Club and all those guys. That's almost big band. That's a / big band funk sound that he has. All he did was take that sound that Rick James and all them was messing around with Morris Day, and he just brought it up to now. And now people think it's new. It's not new. You know, but nonetheless, it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? And being that he's young and he's a good looking guy, he adds flair to it, and then boom, Zoot Suits are back again. And it's fresh. Instead of everybody's body hanging out everywhere, he's wearing funky clothes and he's bringing that funk back, and people can dance again instead of people going out and beating each other up. You know, people can party and, you know, they can dance with, you know, you can go to a place and hear that music and not everybody's like, oh my God, they're calling women these crazy names, you know? Mm-hmm. So, stuff like that, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys I'm gonna show you my software. This is music I make to vibe to. I don't really write to this too much. I tried to. It's hard. It's hard, but this is my garage, man. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to vibe to this. To write to. There's a little voicing. So it's just a little vibe. It's just a vibe. But what I do with this mostly, with that, is take that song and talk over it when I make my videos. That's just me playing my video game. Video game. All right. Let's try to bring up another. Okay, let me see. I'll bring up something else. Oh. This grown folk music, Mark. Oh. This grown folk. This grown folk. That's grown. Oh, I gotta plug in my big boy on this song. I gotta stop that. We gotta stop that right there. Cause y'all, you ain't about to do me like that, McDonald's. I gotta let y'all listen to this the right way. Cause you don't do people like that. You don't put on good music and not give them the whole bang bang. You give them the whole deal. There it is. There it is. Come on, Garage Man. All right. Peanut butter and gel. I was looking at it now. With the son of it. I've been okay. I was a space marine on a spaceship. I've been when the name's dead. I'm in the God in the basement, but I never left the ground. I'm a basement. What it tasted. Can't wait, with a space, you hear that bounce? Yeah, all right. All that is coming out of this. My lexicon. That's why I turn my music up at. My mic, microphone, speakers. Shit. That's grown folk music. That's grown folk music. That's grown folk music. That's, you know what? I shouldn't even done y'all like that. That's grown folk music right there. That's grown folk music. That's grown folk music, and you know, some people just not ready for that. I shouldn't have did that. I apologize. You know. Oh, that's grown folk. That's grown folk music. That's grown folk. Y'all put shades on. Y'all put shades on, Mark. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have did y'all like that. I shouldn't have did y'all like that because that's grown folks music. That's big boy music right there. Yeah. You hear that bass? They ain't ready for that. Okay. Okay. Nope, they ain't ready. Nope. I'm sorry. I apologize. Because that's grown folks. That's, you know, it's grown. That's grown people music. Anyway, just some songs I wanted to show you guys, just some songs. I wanted to just show you guys some production. This is just a melody, But anyway, so I use GarageBand, and I just be chilling. Make your own music, do your own thing. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Don't let nobody tell you you're too young or you're too old or you're too this or you're too that. Just do you. Just make your own music. Make your own music. Tell everybody, go sit down, get out of my face. I'm doing me. That's what you tell them. You do you. If some knucklehead girl don't like your music, find a new girl. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody new. Find somebody new. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do. If the guys you hang around don't like your music, find new guys to hang around.
Y'all tripping.
Y'all tripping.
Man, y'all tripping. Yeah. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, y'all tripping. Anyway, let me go mess around. Man, just having fun. Find your own thing, man. Do your own thing, Mark. I know this video is long, but I don't care. People don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I'm having fun. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to keep playing.